Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Heartiest greetings to all attendees present here. Welcome to today's webinar on Scaling Spraying Business with AeroGCS Analytics. We are thrilled to have you all join us today as we dive into the exciting world of modern agriculture and the groundbreaking solutions provided by AeroGCS Green Enterprise. My name is Vishakha Vinze, and I'll be your moderator for today. As a leading technology company, PDRL specializes in providing the finest technology stack to help business enhance their productivity and efficiency. AeroGCS Green Enterprise is a perfect example of this commitment. AeroGCS Green Enterprise can revolutionize agriculture spraying solutions by providing insightful analytics to take immediate actions. Our expert presenters will provide an in-depth overview of the software's functionality, and you will have a chance to ask questions and receive valuable insights. Our presenter, Mr. Hari Prasad Jain, is an experienced drone expert with 8+ years of engineering, sales, and business development experience. He holds a bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering and has successfully closed deals with major clients in agriculture, construction, and public safety. At a startup, he generated over rupees 30 million in annual revenue and established them as a leading drone hardware provider. Currently leading sales and business development at PDRL, he helps drone companies expand their sales channel and customer base. Mr. Hari Prasad is an active member of the drone community, specializing in disaster management and community resilience through UAV. Prior to commencing this webinar, I would like to mention a few points. Firstly, today's session will be recorded. Secondly, I would request you all to keep yourself in mute. If you have any questions or queries, we will address them at the end of session. And now, without further ado, let's start. Over to you, Hari Prasad.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Vishaka, for the wonderful introduction. And I would like to welcome all of our attendees today for this insightful session. Myself, Hari Prasad Jain, I am the regional head for South India, PDRL. I lead sales and, of course, the business development for the South region. And I am very, honored today to present in front of you this webinar, and also happy to share my knowledge on scaling up your agri-businesses or spraying businesses with the help of AeroGCS. Before I begin this session, I would like to briefly introduce you about our platform, that is AeroMeg. So AeroMeg is basically a cloud platform, as the name goes by. It's an amalgamation of two words, that is Aero as well as Meg, where Aero stands for aerial and Meg stands for cloud. In this platform, we have a complete end-to-end stack for flying the drone, capturing the data from the drone, processing those images, as well as analyzing. These are the three high-level features of our platform. And for each of these high-level features, we have a dedicated platform. That is the software, which is both cloud as well as on-premise. This works individually and also in unison. Today, we would be talking more about our platform called AeroGCS, which is basically a ground control station software. And this is used to plan a waypoint mission and manage the entire automatic and semi-automatic flying of the drone. As you see here, AeroGCS has got two type of version. One is Kia and another one is Green. Green is very specific to the agriculture application, and we would be talking about that in a bit. Coming to our second high-level feature called Drone Naksha. So the feature is processing, and for this we have a dedicated platform called Drone Naksha. So as the name goes by, drone is actually drone, Naksha and map. Naksha stands for map. So this is basically a platform wherein you can not just only process the data captured from the drone, but also data from satellite imagery. On and whole, since it's a complete end-to-end stack for the drone platform, we call it as Drone Naksha. Third, we have a platform to analyze the images captured from the drone or from the satellite. And this is basically an AI/ML based platform called PixStock. With the help of these three high-level features, we have a tailored solution catering to the below industries, that is survey and mapping, agriculture, which we would be talking in detail now, construction, as well as power. To know more about AeroGCS, you can log into our website, that is aeromake.com, go to products and click on AeroGCS. AeroGCS is in compliance with DGCA RPAS guidelines, and as we speak, we are supporting more than 40 OEMs across India to make their fleet type certified. And that is only possible because of our team's effort and the expertise that we have in designing this end-to-end stack from scratch. AeroGCS Kia comes in 4 different offerings. That is standard, which is free for all. And you can also download it at your end and try it for free from our website. Second is enterprise. And the enterprise solution, of course, comes with a cloud component. Then we have something for the OEM, which is, of course, an on-premise software for the drone, for the manufacturers of the drone. And fourth one for the defense. Coming to Drone Naksha. Drone Naksha is a photogrammetry software wherein you can process raw geotagged images to create 2D, 3D photogrammetry outputs like orthomosaics, elevation models like DSM, DTM, so on and so forth. With a seamless sharing of data among your stakeholders, Drone Naksha is one of a kind. Talking about PixStock, this is an AI/ML based platform wherein you can create your own machine learning models to determine certain kind of object from the images. And this is also deployed on the cloud, and this can cater to n number of use cases. Let's talk a bit about benefits of AeroMake. Of course, it's a SaaS platform, and so you pay as you consume. We ensure end-to-end encryption for the data, which is uploaded on the cloud, and our platform is simple and unique. And we are also trusted by our loyal customers. Talking about the performance statistics, we have closed more than 1,500 hours of landings with AeroGCS. Talking about Drone Naksha, we have processed about 4.5 lakh of images. Around 1,040 acres of map areas have been mapped with the help of AeroGCS Kia. And approx 9 lakh objects have been detected so far with the help of PixStock. And every day, we are excelling and achieving good accuracy in all of these products. Our partners are here. Now let's talk a bit about AeroGCS Kia. AeroGCS Kia comes in 4 different offerings. And in this, we have some unique features like project management, wherein you can manage all of your pilots and drone in our cloud dashboard. While I say project management, you can add your pilots, create a fleet of drones. You can assign an individual drone to the individual pilot, and if they go onto the field for mapping, you can even share them the KML on the fly. This has got a cloud service integration with AeroGCS on-premise software. And with this, you can certainly do certain business analytics with the help of historical logs. These are logged into the flight controller of the drone and then are transferred to the cloud. AeroGCS Enterprise is secure, and we offer a secure upgrade of firmware via this platform for all of our OEMs. All the historical flight data are stored in the AeroGCS cloud, through which we can further do certain analytics like pilots ROI, drones ROI, pilots performance, drones performance, so on and so forth. On top of which, certain AI can also give you an overall performance of the project. With AeroGCS Enterprise, you can live track your fleet of drone by sitting anywhere across the world. And on this command control platform, you can even have a live feed of the video data coming from your drones. Why should you use it? Of course, AeroGCS is a very simplest GCS software. It has a seamless cloud integration. All the logs are automated, stored in our platform. We have HD video telemetry support through AeroGCS Stream. It's a multi-platform supporting software. That is, we support Hearlinks, Skydroid devices, Android, Windows, etc. Of course, you can manage all of your drone at one place on Enterprise. And you can do live image stitching as well with the help of AeroGCS. I would now like to play a short video about AeroGCS. You can also try AeroGCS Kia by clicking on this button, Try Now. And the software will be free the trial version will be free for the next 15 days. Now let's talk about AeroGCS Green. So as the title of this webinar goes, Scaling and Spraying Business with AeroGCS Analytics. So for spraying, of course, we have this software developed called AeroGCS Green, and it is very specific for the agriculture application, wherein you can plan your spraying mission within minutes, and there are different ways to do that. You can either go onto the field by carrying your mobile devices and plot all the corners of the field and then create a map. The second option would be to fly a drone on top of your field and then plan a mission on top of the area captured from the drone. And third is, of course, with the help of a base map, which is a Google map. We have some very unique features in AeroGCS Green, and our clients call it that this is at par with the global competitors. And yes, we proudly say that because these features are one of a kind. Like auto-centered map on flight view. When you plan a mission and fly a drone, the map is centered onto the screen in such a way that all the paths drone has been following is very precisely followed and can be viewed on the screen so that you lock your focus on mission plan and the flight. There are many different unique feature, out of which obstacle avoidance is the one, wherein you can add an obstacle if there is any in the field onto your mapping plan, and the plan automatically creates an obstacle, and then it is intelligent enough to plan a mission in a way that your drone will prevent such obstacle without colliding with it. And this also helps in avoiding the spraying in unwanted areas. With the help of AeroGCS Green, you can also monitor the flow and check the remaining volume of the fluid in your drone tank. And this is all in real time. You can also change the spray volume of the nozzle while the drone is in flight. So that is something also very unique for the agriculture application with AeroGCS Green. And the beautiful part of AeroGCS Green is, of course, its cloud integration. And we call it as AeroGCS Green Enterprise. And this has got some very interesting business insights with analytics based on the parameters like the total acre of area sprayed with the help of the drone, the type of crop it has sprayed fluid on, the season at which the operation was carried, and also the revenue that was generated per drone, per season, and per customer. So those are very detailed insight for any spraying business company. And this also further helps you in calculating your ROI, do performance analytics of your drones and pilots as well. We have features like pause mission anywhere and continue later. So this is also something which is unique, wherein if in between of a flight, you can pause a mission, and then if you wish to refill, you refill and then click on resume. The drone will automatically go onto the point where it last stopped and start and continue the operation. We have also something called plan splitting feature, which is also unique, and you can split it as per your requirement, either into half or into 70-30%, the way you want. This is also as per the crops and the area spraying requirement. Once the spraying is completely done, you will now have to input certain key statistics or the key parameters which will further help you in doing business analytics, out of which the prefetched data are the number of acre or the total area the spraying was carried, the spraying space, date. On top of this, you will have to input certain key parameters like the type of crop you have sprayed on, the total amount that you have charged, the spray volume, that is the volume of the fluid that you have used for that particular spraying activity, and of course, the times as well as date. So these are the key inputs once you give to the report post the flight. Those are synced with the cloud and then help you in giving a detailed business insight. So in AeroGCS Green, with all of the above features that we have, what are we trying to solve? So the first and foremost thing is optimize use of resources. That is, by promoting a limited use of water and liquid use for spraying the machine, and this in turn help you in effective spraying of the pesticide or insecticide on only those areas where actually the spraying is required, and thus by avoiding the areas where spraying is not required. This also permits to spray in equal and uniform amount only as much as needed. With the business insight, of course, you see a lot many things, and we would be demonstrating that in a bit. Nutritional produce, with the optimized usage of the fluid, you can enable to produce healthier crops from your field. And of course, this helps you in saving a lot of time. I would now like to show you a video of AeroGCS Green. So let's start. So here we'll walk you through the entire process of signing up till the end to sync the business analytics report with AeroGCS Green Enterprise. And post that, we'll also have a demonstration session on our Android device. So let's begin. To sign up, you need to log into services.aeromake.com/sign up, or else you can directly log into aeromake.com and click on AeroGCS Green Enterprise, and then you can also sign up from there. You just need to input your first name, last name, preferred email address, along with the password. Once you log in, you will have a dashboard where all of our 3 services are listed. For AeroGCS Green, you need to click on AeroGCS Enterprise and then on Green. So here we'll show you how to configure AeroGCS Green Enterprise account in AeroGCS Green Android application. So this is the simplest UI of our AeroGCS Green Android application. And herein we show you how to log into this application using the same ID password which we used to sign up for AeroMake, and then sync with the enterprise account. So click on settings, scroll down to account, log in using the username and password used for signing up in enterprise. Once we sign in, now we will sync this to our enterprise account. And was synced, you just need to click on the 3 dots on the right hand corner and click on cloud, and the sync will be completed with your enterprise account. So here we'll show you the team management and project management using AeroGCS Green Enterprise and Green Application. Click on Teams, and then we click on Invite. You get a pop-up asking you to input the email of the user whom you wish to invite into your team. And here we have input our colleague's name, his email address. Once the invite button is clicked, the user would be receiving the invite notification on his email. And post his acceptance, he would be added to the project. On the left-hand side, we click on project. And when I say project, these are actually the waypoint missions that we have planned using AeroGCS Green Application or AeroGCS Enterprise. So the beautiful part of Enterprise here is we can even plan mission from our cloud platform. That is, by logging into AeroMag and then AeroGCS, you can create your project. And once you click on sync, of course, that project would be loaded onto your AeroGCS Green application in Android phone. So these are very well linked together. If you create a plan on your AeroGCS Green application on Android phone, it gets synced with your cloud, and you can then share that project with your end user. Because when you talk about spraying application, of course, uh, the frequency may vary depending upon the crop and the season. And of course, the plan that you created once can be reused multiple times. So every time you go onto the field, you don't have to create a new plan from scratch, because every project that you create before a flying operation is actually a map. So every map, every operation is treated as a project, and all of those get synced to your cloud platform as well, so that the operation manager or the person operating the entire fleet of the spraying drones can now have an access to all individual farm plots. And with this, he can now further manage whom he wishes to share this KML or the file to. That is the assigned pilot and the assigned drone operator flying at the desired location. And with the manage option, you can now manage the access to your user. That is, do you want him to just view it, manage it, see it as a guest, or operate it? So yes, this is how a project is created in AeroGCS Enterprise. So here we'll show you how a plan is basically created on top of a farm using Enterprise, that is the cloud platform. We click on project plus button on the right hand corner and then enter a name to that project. Example, my agri plan or plot. And then you get an option to select a location as well as select a drone. So this is my location. Upon clicking next, I can now input this project name as well as the plan name. Plan name can even be your crop name or the customer name. Then you select on spraying mission and input altitude as well as speed of the drone. So here we have input as 5 and speed as 2. And if you see here, we have a create plan option. Upon clicking create, you get a plus icon here. From this, you can now plot all the four corners of the field. Once this is done, you need to save this outer KML or the outer plot. Because of course, inside a project, there can be multiple plots. And then once you click on create plan, the plan is beautifully created with the default settings and the altitude as well as the speed that you have set before planning a mission. So all these data are fetched and we have a beautiful algorithm which then automatically plans a mission for the drone. Then you can further do some customization like fence boundary, spacing between two grids, and the spray rate, of course, which is a very unique feature. By adjusting the spray rate, you can now decide how much or the spray volume of pesticide you want to spray onto your field. As we increase the spacing, the grid's distance has got increased. And if you see, once we slide this fence boundary slider, you see the green color fence is increasing. It's getting enlarged. So once you click on save, the plan is now created. Now we will sync it with our AeroGCS Green application and see how beautifully the plan which we created on our cloud platform is now synced on our Android device. So this is the Android UI, of course, and you click on cloud, a sync is completed. So now it's a vice versa, that is, you create a project in AeroGCS Green Android application, and then you can also sync it with AeroGCS Cloud, that is AeroGCS Enterprise. Here we'll talk about spraying with AeroGCS Green. So these are the parameters which we input for starting a flight mission. And once we click on start, the app will automatically do certain pre-flight pre-checks. And these are very important by keeping safety of the drone in mind. So the 4 pre-flight checks that we perform is starting the motor. Once this is done, once this is initiated, all the 6 rotors or 4 rotors in case of quadcopter or hexacopter 6 rotors, all the motors will be rotating at a very minimum speed or the RPM. Then in a battery level, it will show you what is the actual voltage of the battery in order to avoid crash. And we have a current mode, that is, it will show at which mode your drone currently is in. And then of course the GPS satellite count. And then you get this beautiful UI wherein you just swipe to right to start the flight. And on this flying UI, you see we have 4 buttons on our left-hand side. First one is to take off. Second is to land, that is RTL, return to launch. Third icon you see is for pause. And fourth is for resume. And we have some critical flight parameters or information displayed here in the down section below the mapping plot, that is altitude, that is the current altitude of the drone, completed acre, that is total area drone has, the mission, the spraying has been done, then consumed ml, that is total volume of fluid consumed, and then of course the time taken to complete the mission, speed of the drone in meter per second, the distance traveled in meters, and this is from home, and remaining liquid in percentage, and then flow rate, that is in liters per minute. And on top, we have certain other critical important parameters like the flow rate, which is in percentage, that is 20%. We have remaining battery voltage, that is 12.587 volt displayed here. Then we have the mode of the drone, which is auto, and of course the status is armed in this case, and then a number of satellites, and then followed by a distance from home, and the connectivity, which is in green. So here we'll show you a live tracking of a drone from a drone command center in AeroGCS Enterprise. So when you fly a fleet, an operator, when he maintains a fleet of spraying drones and let them fly wherever they want to, when they have AeroGCS Green Enterprise installed onto their device and the drone is, and there is a internet availability, all of these data are synced with the cloud, and then you can view the status or the location of all the drone. On top of that, you may even view the video feed coming from the individual drone, subject to availability of camera, of course, on board the drone. So how is the live tracking done? You log into services.aeromake.com and then click on drone command control. And here you see a dashboard wherein if you click, if you have multiple drones, there will be multiple icons of drones flying will be shown here in the map. And once you click on the particular drone, in this case, it's Vayu drone, it will show you the path on top of which it is flying, along with certain critical parameters, which is of course displayed in green Android application as well, and the current status of the drone. And if you've got a video or the camera connectivity onto your drone, you click on this plus icon, and then you can even view the video coming from your drone from this command control center. So this is how the path traced by the drone is shown here. It is in green. That means it has finished spraying and it is now approaching towards blue, which is yet to be sprayed. AeroGCS Enterprise dashboard we'll discuss now. So when you see AeroGCS, when you log into services.aeromake.com, click on AeroGCS, and then you will have this dashboard in front of you with following icons on the left-hand sides. That is AeroGCS drones, drone control center, incident report, projects, and help. And on the center, you have green as well as lease option. On top of it, you have some very critical information, or very important information, like the total number of flight performed by that particular drone, the total number of areas sprayed in acres, and then total number of distance traveled in kilometers. This will help you in analyzing the health of your drone, and if any parts or component needs to be replaced after some time. And then of course the pilots and live stream, if any, if there is a video on board, you can of course see the live streaming here as well. So once you click on this flight details, you'll get individual logs. Those are synced with the cloud. And once you click on that particular log, which is saved in the form of the plot name or the name of project, you can do further analytics. and it will show certain other important parameters like duration, average altitude maintained throughout the flight, average speed, so on and so forth. So here you see some flight status logs like roll pitch, yaw data. You see altitude, you see speed, and this is mandatory to store as per the DGCS guideline that after every flight, all the log data must be stored and it must be in a downloadable format as well. So here, if you click on download data, the flight logs are now downloaded and stored in .csv format. You can even do replay of flight. That is by clicking on this route, you can see how the drone was tracking the waypoint while it was on flight. So here are the total log that the particular drone the drone has generated. So all those can be seen here. There were around 48 logs in this case. All the projects details can also be viewed here. So now we'll show you how AeroGCS Green enterprise dashboard looks like and what are the important parameters that you can view to do further business analytics for your spraying business. And of course, this will help you in scaling your businesses too. Once you click on green, so this is the dashboard that you see. Here we get all those inputs which the pilot has input post the flight of drone. And here you can see the total revenue that was generated, total crops on which the spraying operation was performed, total customers you are catering to, total number of total area of land in terms of acre that you have sprayed, and of course the growth statistics, which is month on month. Like you can track your revenue every month. Here you see April, May, June, and the value popping up on this circular section. And it also automatically shows you the analytics. You see here it is minus 267773 rupees decrease in last month. So everything is done automatically over here. Along with that, month on month performance, you can do week on week, you can do year on year, season on season, and who was the top paying customer for your spraying business and how much revenue did he how much revenue was generated from that particular customer, and the top crop that you have performed spraying on. The total, this is based on the total number of acre and the crop you have sprayed fluids on. And of course, the revenue trend shown shown weekly, monthly, biannually, and even annually. You can track the complete performance of your drone. You can do ROI, business analytics, season-based revenue, and all those things. And we have a dedicated feature here for reports too. And you can generate report from the date to the date you wish to see your performance analytics or the revenue analytics on. So that can also be viewed here, along with some report details like the name of a customer, what was the project name, what is the total time of flight, the amount that he paid you for, and the type of pesticide, fungicide, or insecticide that you have sprayed, the type of crop you have sprayed this on, the name of a plot, total number of area, and the date on which the spraying was done along with the spraying volume. So everything can be viewed here in this dashboard. It's so beautiful. And all of these reports are synced with your green application. Coming towards leasing a drone, that is drone as a service. If you are a fleet owner maintaining a fleet of say 10, 20 drones, and you wish to give it on a rental basis to any of your clients, we have that option too, wherein you log into services.aeromec.com, click on AeroGCS, and then click on lease. You'll see here some data like the number of customers, the total number of drone on lease, total amount generated, total amount paid, unpaid, so on and so forth. And how to add a customer, you click on the right button, that is plus button, and here you will get information to input your customer's detail like his name, contact number, address, government ID number, his email address, his license ID if any, and of course GST number, which is very important for generating the invoice. And once you input this information, click on save and your customer can be viewed here. So these are the customers for this particular drone operator. And if you click on lease, you can now decide for how many duration you wish to, for how long you wish to lease your drone for that particular customer. So that can also be done here, and you can select a drone, start date, and the end date. Once that is done, the status will automatically be updated here as upcoming. For another customer, yes, the lease is added successfully. Once this is done, now you can generate an invoice for that particular customer. You input a price here. A GST will automatically be calculated since it's 18% for the service. If you wish to input some discount, post that the discount will also be added. And then you click on generate. Now you see the invoice is generated very beautifully here. This invoice can further be downloaded and be shared across your customer. Or you can even print it, share it on WhatsApp, or on message. The invoice can be shared among your customers. So thank you. That's all about AeroGCS Enterprise video. That was a short and brief video. Now I would like to call upon my colleague Deepak, who would be sharing his screen and showing you the actual demo of AeroGCS Green on the Android device. I'll take not more than 10 minutes of your time. Post that, we'll have a quick Q&A session as well to clear your doubts. So before we get ready for our demo, I would like to walk you all through our other two products, that is Drone Naksha and Pickstock. So when we talk about scaling and spraying agriculture business, AeroGCS Green is the one thing which is, be used to fly the drone, create a report post-flight, and do business analytics on top of the data that was captured, while preparing the report by the pilot, the data that was captured in the sense, the data that we have given, the data that we have input into the flight report, right? The statistics purely. And if we talk about precision farming, Drone Naksha is a very beautiful application for precision farming. And when I say precision farming, this is basically a crop and soil health nutrient analysis. And this can be very much done with the help of drones by using a multispectral imagery, by using multispectral camera. So the traditional method of doing it is with the help of satellite imagery, but the very unfortunate part of satellite imagery is, of course, the accuracy, since it is, 10,000 feet above the ground. And when you talk about drone, it's just 100, 200 feet above your field. And that's how you get to have a detailed insight of your crop. So what is exactly a drone naksha? A drone naksha is a photogrammetry software wherein the workflow is simplified so that even a person like you and me, without having a prior knowledge of photogrammetry, can also do photogrammetry and the health analytics of the crop. So when I talk about health analytics, that is something very distinct and unique to PDRL's AeroMake, and I'll be talking about that in a bit. So how does the drone naksha's workflow is? So here there are just 4 steps that you need to follow. Once you capture the images from the drones, that is the multispectral images, of course, you upload the images using AeroGCS Kia. You add the GCPs if in case you have a GCP. Otherwise, that is ruled out in this case, because GCP is, of course, for survey and mapping, and this brings down the accuracy level. And then you click on the process button. That's it. That's how simple it is. And once you click on process, your ortho mosaic will be generated in front of you. Post that, you can do certain analytics, you can do measurements, you can do n number of things with the help of Drone Naksha. And certainly once everything is done, the report can be downloaded in the desired format, and of course be shared among your stakeholder online. So in Drone Naksha Agriculture, we have 12 to 14 algorithms like VARI, NDVI, etc., etc. I don't come from a core agri background, but I can say the platform is so beautiful, so exhaustive that it will give you a nutrient stress of your field. It can give you certain specific, deficiency like chlorophyll, NPK, which is very much required for your crop. On top of that, some micronutrient analysis, and then of course the soil health while preparing your land for agriculture. All this can be done very effectively with the help of Drone Naksha. And you see here, you create orthomosaic, post the processing of the data. We have elevation models like digital surface model, digital terrain model. There are 12 to 14 vegetation indices. And of course, you can do a comparison between 2 sets of data. Say if in case you have a crop images captured at different intervals, say a different season. So now you have a crop data for paddy from say August to November, and then you have a crop data for paddy field again from December to March. For each of these 2 set of data, you can put it side by side and compare the differences using our comparison analysis tool. You can also, when I said precision farming, so here precision farming is basically to optimize the use of pesticide and to have a healthier crop, organic crop, and higher produce. When I say this, in Drone Naksha, once you perform crop health analytics using multispectral imagery, now you have a detailed insight of nutrient stressed portion of your farm. Now, what would you do next? On the nutrient stress area, you would now be spraying certain fungicide, and based on the stress, we can also identify whether it was the pest or disease infestation. Based on that, you can decide what fungicide, germicide you want to spray on, and then spray only on those particular area which are affected. So in order to do that, we have a tool wherein now you can create a plan on top of the orthomosaic which is generated on Drone Naksha. I hope I'm not sounding boring to all of you guys, but yes, this is very exhaustive and very beautiful thing. And of course, we would be having another session wherein I would be talking more about this feature also. So yes, when you prepare a plan on top of those affected areas, you can now import that KML directly onto your AeroGCS Green application. And you can export it from here. And once you import it, your drone will now take off, go, fly, spray only on those affected areas which was detected using Drone Naksha, not on the entire field. So that's how we do precision farming with the help of aerial imagery, that is Drone Naksha and AeroGCS Green. So both of these platform works in tandem. And since Drone Naksha is also a SaaS model, you pay for the data that you process, that is pay as you consume. It is fully secured. All the data are in compliance with the local, with the India country regulation for the data. All the data are stored within India, in India. And the processing is, of course, of highest accuracy. And it's a one-stop solution for you, precision farming. So in order to try your hands on Drone Naksha, you can log into www.aeromake.com, click on Drone Naksha and click on Try Now. You'll get a free 15 days trial wherein you can process approx 400 to 500 images of your farm plot and have a detailed insight. So let's quickly check back with my team if they're ready. If not, we'll proceed with Q&A session.
If you have any queries or question, you can unmute yourself and ask, or else you can type them in the chat box.
So we have a question here from Mr. Shankar Gulab. Which firmware is supported? Hi, Mr. Shankar. So for AeroGCS, we support any ArduPilot based firmware. And if you wish to know more about the hardware, we support hardwares like TrickSock, Orange Cube Plus, XUAV, CUAVs, X7 Plus, X7, so on and so forth. For more details, you can connect with me. I'm typing my number here in the chat box that you can directly call or ping me on WhatsApp, and I'll be happy to solve any of your doubts. So we have another question here from Kafil Shah. Hi, Kafil. Your question is, how do you address privacy concerns, especially in cases where drones might inadvertently capture images beyond the intended site? Wow, that's a beautiful question. And here to address you, maybe not 100%, I'll try my best. So when we talk about surveillance drones, uh, of course, we have a map prepared before the flight, and the camera is configured in a way that the total grid or the map that you design for the flight of a drone, uh, the camera has to start from that start position and end at the final position. Post that, the capturing should stop. So that is something which is very hardware specific, and we have seen at some cases where the drone capture images even after the completion of its mission. So in that case, the AeroGCS Kia maybe solves some part of this issue and not entirely due to hardware concern. And that is again linked to your flight controller, because the camera has got a device which captures and stores the information, and this in turn takes the feedback from your flight controllers too. So with the help of our software, when we plan a mission, we make sure that the drone starts capturing the data from the start point and switches it off at the last point. So our platform won't let the camera to capture the images post completion of the mission. So in that case, of course, there is no privacy concern if the camera is stopped after the mission. It won't be capturing any data during its return flight. We have another question here from Mr. Amol Gulhane. He says, on which platform or OS the software is available? Hi Amol, AeroGCS Kia supports 4 platforms like Windows, HereLink, SkyDroid, and Linux too. Whereas in case of AeroGCS Green, currently we support Android only. Also, is the software customizable if we have any specific feature requirement? Hi Amol, we can talk about this. You can call me or drop an email to hariprasad.jain@pdrl.in. We can have a detailed discussion on your specific requirement if you have any. So yeah, we have Kanchan here with us, who is head of our product. She is the woman behind all of our platform, and she has come forward to answer Kafil's query. So yes, Kafil, I hope your doubt is, or your question is answered here. I would like to pause this now for a while because I have my colleague Deepak who would be sharing his screen and will be having an actual demo of AeroGCS Green Android application along with AeroGCS Green Enterprise. I hope the issue is resolved. Yes, it is. Let's have a detailed demo now, and then we'll resume back to the Q&A session. Over to you, Deepak. Kindly share your screen. So yes, can we quickly show our attendees how to sign in to services.aeromake.com, if you don't mind? So this is how a project is created here. Webinar underscore demo is the project name. Of course, we are doing webinar, so webinar demo. Click on OK. Project is created. We'll have to enter a location here. And of course, select a drone. So we are struggling to find a site here because we are in the middle of a city and we are not supposed to fly a drone inside the city. or on top of the city. So yes, oh yes, that's a beautiful site. Oh, that's beside a water body. Okay, nice, very beautiful. Okay, Deepak, let's have a plan here. So we have selected our Vayu drone. Fine, no problem, dear. Let's have a plan here. Beautiful. Fine, we'll spray only for the half plot because we are running short of time. Nice. Then we click on this plot. We can even name this plot. Oh, nice. It's a wheat crop, wheat plot. Save. So the plot is created successfully. On top of this, now we can create a plan. Plan name goes by agriplot1. So here you see the altitude and flight speed is set, and we change the spray rate to 20%. Can we increase the spacing to 8 meters? 7, 8. Let's go with 8. Nice. Fence boundary you can increase by another 2 meters to make it 3 meters. Now you see the green line or the green boundary increasing or enlarging. Great, we have made it to 8 meters. Let's click on save. 10 meters. Good. Now this plan is created. Good. Can we go back to AeroGCS green Android application? Yes, nice. Here we click on cloud, let it get synced. Great. Now the project is synced. Now we can view it on our green application. Searching, searching. Webinar demo, we found it. Great. So the total area is 0.58 acre. So we created a plot in AeroGCS Enterprise, which is a cloud platform. We synced it on our Android device. Okay. And here we have it in front of you. The plot which is created on cloud. Great. Savarkar Nagar, Godavari River. Great. We are next to a Godavari River. And here let's start our flight, dear. Chalo. So this is 0.41 acre you see here, and the size of the plot too. So here are the parameters, pre-flight checks. Yes. And I think we have connected to a simulator at the back end, which is of course running in Mission Planner. And we are simulating this entire flight operation in AeroGCS Green Android application as well as AeroGCS Green Enterprise. Okay, please swipe right to start the flight. Great. So now the flight has begun. See the altitude, it's changing, it's increasing. And if you see the time, speed, flow rate, it's 10% above. Battery is 12.587 volts. It's in auto mode and it's armed. There are 10 satellites. Distance travel is 25, 26, 27. It's increasing. The drone is beautifully following the grid and it is tracing it in green color. So green indicates that this particular portion drone has already completed spraying and it is approaching towards blue. Blue is the path or the area where the spraying is not done. You see the arrow mark, that is the nose of the drone. And here it is going in a reverse direction because we have locked the heading. That means the drone will maintain its heading in one direction, in its nose in one direction. It will not rotate. So this helps in preventing the drainage of battery. That means your battery life will get a better battery life by doing this. Yes, we are approaching a final point. Yes, Mr. Nayak. Yes, I'm here to reply your question. So webinar certificate you're asking for. Oh my God, dear, I cannot provide you a certificate for the webinar. But if you want to show it to your organization, certainly we can help you with your attendance. So no worries, you can call me on that part. So yes, now the drone flight is completed. The report was generated, and now we are inputting all the report data. So type of, please hold. So here we have input customer name as stream test, drone ID is automatically fetched, spray volume 10, total amount 1000 rupees, type of crop, and what is the type of fluid that we are spraying. Is it a water, pesticide, fungicide, germicide, fungicide, etc., etc. And you see the spray area and the flight time. Done. Great. Now this field report will now get synced and get successfully uploaded to AeroMake. Great. Can we go back to AeroMake, that is AeroGCS Enterprise, and show our attendees the detailed insights of the spraying that we just performed. Great. We clicked on green dashboard, and yes, we have the analytics in front of you, along with the reports here. For the wheat plot, see the webinar one, project name, customer name was stream test, amount was 1000 rupees, it was for a wheat plot, crop was wheat, total area was 0.39 acre, pesticide use was water, spray volume was 10. So within a fraction of second, you see here, everything got synced with our enterprise account, synced in our enterprise account. That's how beautifully it is integrated end to end. And I hope this will help you in scaling your business to a next level. If you are an agri entrepreneur and going to start a spraying business, or an end user who's going to use drone for his own use or for his own agri use. So there are many more beautiful things coming in future, and we would be happy to introduce all those time to time by having such beautiful session. And now we can resume back to our Q&A session. Hi everyone, I'm back in front of you. I hope we were able to give you a detailed insights of our product, and we'll be having more such sessions. Do you cater to defense application as well? By Mr. Amol Gulhani. Yes, we do. And we have a separate offering for that, which is as per the defense requirement. By Kafil, are there any limitation in terms of conditions, operating conditions, example, weather condition, temperature, ranges, etc.? So far, the software is concerned, as I said, we are in compliance with DGCA RPAS guidelines. And so far, the restrictions are concerned, it is, set as per Director General of Civil Aviation. That is, the drone must not fly beyond the visual line of sight, and it must not fly beyond 120 meters, because the confined airspace for the UAS operation in India is 120 meters. And in case of agri drones, as per the SOP released by Agriculture Department, Ministry of Agriculture, these drones are not, supposed to fly beyond certain altitudes for certain crops. So these are some critical parameters which we input into our firmware, and we lock it and we give it to our OEMs or the drone manufacturers. So in any case, even if the drone is bypassed connection via GCS or AeroGCS, the pilot cannot breach those limitations. So that is locked into the firmware. I hope I was about. I hope I have answered your question, Mr. Kafil. In case of weather, of course, it has got certain fail-safe conditions. That is, that depends from OEM to OEM. The type of fail-safe or the weather pre-checks that he wish to have in his drone. And in those conditions, the drone has to trigger RTL, that is return to launch. Great. Any more questions, dear attendees? We have Kanchan from our technical team. She is a technical expert. If you have got any technical query with respect to AeroGCS Green or Enterprise, we have our technical experts too in this call. And for any business related inquiries, I have posted my email address and phone number. You can call me anytime. Thank you. Thanks a lot to all of you for giving your valuable time. I hope I was able to give my best and give you the detailed insight of our product, that is AeroGCS Green, AeroGCS Enterprise, and AeroMag up to certain extent. With this, I would like to wish you all a very happy Wednesday and a weekend. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending the webinar. You all have my number as well as email ID. You can drop in, email or message me, and I'm available in our Bangalore office. So I'm located here near Yelahanka. You can find our office address in our website. It is www.aeromake.com as well as www.pdrl.in. Signing off. Jai Hind, Vande Bharat. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Hari Prasad, for this wonderful session. Thank you all the attendees for joining with us today. We hope this webinar will inspire you and equip you with the necessary knowledge to harness the power of AeroGCS solutions. Wish you all the best. Thank you, everyone. You're all free to leave the meeting.